Here are some symptoms. Try to guess what the cause is. Headaches, high blood pressure, a racing pulse rate, gastritis, colitis, and even heart attacks. Stress, fatigue, depression, anxiety, and hysteria. Prevent you or affect the quality of your sleep. And if you don't get proper sleep, then that also has effects of making you more irritable and angry. What I'm talking about, will also affect your ability to focus. It can lead to low performance. It also will negatively impact your memory, and it makes it hard to study. And that's something that we struggle with, is being able to focus and concentrate. And I'm a life coach. I've been doing it for 12 and a half years. And a lot of these symptoms come up in coaching sessions of people just feeling this low level stress, anxiety, pressure. And we focus on a lot of things. But this is something that is really the cause of these symptoms, is something that is almost like an invisible toxin that most people don't really pay attention to and don't realize how negatively it impacts your mental and physical health. What would you guess I'm describing? Maybe some of you got it, but most people probably not. What I'm describing is noise pollution, and it's everywhere. It affects us from the moment we wake up to the moment we go to bed. And if it's not external noise with loud cars, traffic, people blasting their music, people talking extremely loudly, if it's not externally machines, leaf blowers, if it's not external, we create it for ourselves. Everybody now has, myself included, we have earbuds, and we're listening to something. We're listening to music. We're listening to podcasts. We're watching or listening to YouTube videos, Netflix, talking to people. The list goes on and on and on. Although the AirPods are very effective, or noise canceling, I find those are very, very effective to just numb the noise. It's almost impossible to completely get rid of the noise, but if we could just numb the noise and tamper it down, you could feel how much calmer you are. And if you've ever spent time in the woods on a long hike, or you go camping, or you go by you sit at a quiet beach, you'll notice your being just becomes a lot calmer, more relaxed, more peaceful. And a big factor is, just being in nature. If you want a great book on this topic, is The Nature Fix. And like after about 45 minutes of nature, they think it could be something with our sensories, the smell, the trees, that they give off something that help us to relax. But it's just the peace and quiet. And when I'm coaching my clients, I think that's at the core. Everybody comes to coaching with different areas that they want to improve upon in their life. But if we were to peel the onion and get down to the core, what do all of us really want? We want to be content. We want to have a deep sense of inner calm, a deep sense of inner peace, and just to be relaxed and to go about our lives in a relaxed way. And when we don't get even 10, 15, 20 minutes of silence regularly, daily, it's a huge problem that pulls at or just magnifies our stress levels and anxiety. And unplugging from that is something that I help clients navigate. And this is something I haven't focused on as much as I'm going to now in coaching sessions, especially for the clients that are interested in it. But just giving yourself unplugged silence and reducing exposure to noises. Some people are more sensitive. Some people are HSP, highly sensitive people. There's a book on that topic with that title, Highly Sensitive Person. And in it, she talks about how people are very sensitive to like bright lights, strong scents, and noise. And I'm a person that's sensitive to noise. And I'll go to parties and I wear earplugs in my ears. And I wear the tan colored one, so a lot of people don't notice, but people do notice. And it's also a social stretch because people say, "Why are you wearing earplugs?" That's weird. And it's just because I don't want to be my system to be overly stimulated. And when it's overly stimulated, it does create stress. It does create anxiety. It does create tension. And when I'm out walking, I wear noise canceling, the AirPods, just to take some of the edge off of it. And I really encourage you to give it a try of doing whatever you can to reduce your exposure to noise and see how that makes you feel. And on top of that, carving out some time per day, even if it's 10, 15, 20 minutes, even if it's 5 minutes, where you're just practicing silence. I think that's something that we're just really missing in our culture and society is silence. There's just not enough time for silence. When I'm coaching clients, another thing that I really focus on is letting them get in touch with their intuition. And it's amazing how many people are really out of sync with their intuition, because the intuition needs silence, needs reflection, needs stillness in order to come to the surface, in order to guide you. And when we don't get that, we feel lost. And that's why a lot of people, we just feel lost. There's this constant barrage of noise and overstimulation coming at us. And then we can't understand why we're stressed, anxious, feeling depressed, feeling down, having disruptive sleep. It's just, of course, we're not designed to live this way. But you can do things to stack the odds in your favor. Not to completely get rid of the noise pollution altogether, but at least to stack the odds in your favor. A fundamental subject I like to work on with my clients is sleep, because sleep is absolutely essential for mental and physical health. And most people don't protect or guard their sleep like their lives depend on it. And it does. It will shorten our lives, not to mention all the health ailments that occur when we don't protect our sleep. And one of the best ways to protect our sleep is to minimize noise while we're sleeping. Because even though we're asleep and we don't get awoken, noise can take us out of deeper sleep and disrupt our sleep. And then we don't understand why we're feeling lethargic or tired. Well, protecting and guarding sleep is fundamental to mental and physical health. And so I encourage clients that are willing, wear a sleep mask, wear earplugs, whatever. Even if you don't want to do that, okay, maybe listening to white noise like the sounds of nature and stuff like that can kind of mask some of the noise. But the best thing is to block it out as best you can. And then you're going to notice you're going to have a much deeper, more restful sleep. And if you don't think there's noise while you sleep, put on your voice recorder on your phone and just record 6, 7, 8 hours. Hopefully you're getting 7, 8 hours of sleep, and see what noises happen through the night. It's amazing, all the noises that happen through the night, and we're not even aware of it, but it's still affecting our sleep. And then just try to turn off the electronics, the screens, take a bath where you're just unplugging and shut the door and try to get it as much as quiet as possible. And a lot of people avoid silence because it makes them very uncomfortable. We're so used to suppressing our emotions, stuffing things down, that most people can't handle being silent, can't handle being undistracted. There was one study that talked about university students would rather have a low level shock than shock themselves than sit and do nothing. And that's really sad and really says a lot of how disconnected we are with our spirit, our emotions, just our overall being. And that's why it's just like, okay, let's process some of the things that we drown out with noise. Some people just love to have noise on constantly. They come home and they need to turn the TV on, even if they're not necessarily watching it. And I understand it is uncomfortable, but once you start creating and carving out a little protective bubble where you're not exposing yourself to noise, you begin to start to crave it over time. So it starts out uncomfortable, but it gets easier and it gets more desirable because you see the benefits. And that's all we want. We want to lower our stress. We want to be in touch with our intuition. We want to be able to focus. We want to be able to sleep well. We want to reduce stress, fatigue, and anxiety and depression. We want to lower our blood pressure. We don't want to have headaches. We don't want gastritis, colitis, and even heart attacks. So it's just making this a priority, and it's something that everybody benefits from, having support. And what coaching does is it has gentle accountability, and it allows us to set goals, gentle goals, baby steps that start creating a lifestyle that brings you harmony, brings you joy, brings you contentment. And it's not what we've taught it to be or how we've been conditioned to chase external things. It's to tap into here and strengthen our spiritual or emotional core. And when we're constantly bombarding our senses with overstimulation, it makes it very, very challenging. Tell me in the comments, if you guessed that it was noise pollution and how you think noise pollution affects you in the comments. I'd love to hear your comments. And like I said, if you're interested in some incredibly affordable life coaching, my email, just email me. The consultation is free, like I said. And it's something that's just a very enjoyable process of self-discovery that you're not going to get by reading books, and you're not going to usually get with talking to friends and family members. And if you're a person that wants to grow, wants to evolve, and wants to go deep, and wants to see your blind spots so you're freer, you're not enslaved to them, send me an email. If you want to support the channel, there's a PayPal link in the description. And if you like these types of videos, please like and subscribe. And thanks for watching, and have a peaceful week. Bye-bye.